So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the garden. We're going to do a little garden tour here. So, I went through and I have been putting a little, not a ditch, but I've been making a real specific edge to keep the grass from creeping in, less work. So I have a half moon that actually digs it out. I wasn't using this. The shovel was to put the new compost on because this garden bed has been active since last year. So it needed a new level of compost. I probably need to put some more on. I have some homemade compost. I have some local compost here. So we have beets, we have spring onions, we have some leeks, we have Brussels sprouts and broccoli coming in. I've never grown those, so that's all new for me. Then this over here is a spinach that I put in last fall, and I'm letting it go to seed so I can harvest it because it's adapted to my environment, so it should be stronger and better. So that's the goal. Unless it's a hybridized seed, it should be good. So trying to pull back here. So I've been putting in this ditch right here. It's not a ditch. I've just been specifically edging this out so it's easier to mow. I can just go right up to it, mow, and to maintain. I've been watching different gardening places, and they keep edges so that the grass does not creep in because their roots go underneath. So that's the whole point of it. So there's a lot of harvest this week on this garden. So some things are having to, regenerate. But I did grow some lavender from seed. So I have different lavenders around here. This is kale. That is nasturtiums. Those were all voluntary. So that's kind of exciting. And as you can see up front there, out back, we have a new pile of compost, yeehaw, and some wood chips. So this is all going to get a fresh dose of that stuff as I go. So my goal is today is to clean this bed up, just tidy it up. But we have lettuce and we have carrots sown in between that I'm slowly thinning out so that they have room to grow. And you can see this lettuce is bolting, so this is going to have to be clipped because it's going to get it will get a little bit more bitter. These potatoes here are volunteers. They came up in the garden on their own. And then these ones here, I planted all the way over. They're so tall. They're just amazing. I hope they're growing as deep as they are growing high. So this is the last of, I had kale. Let's see if we can get this so we can see it better. The kale was just amazing. I planted this last year too. And so that's all going to seed. I've already been harvesting seeds. And I must have changed the lighting on this. So let's see if we can fix this. No. Huh. Oh, there we go. That's why we were in the dark. Sorry. I don't know. This is all new to me. So this is the kale. Look, this kale went in last. Look how tall this is. This is like up to my shoulders, almost my shoulders. That came in last fall, and that's all going to be clipped out. And again, I just clipped down to the roots to leave there to decompose because there's all that nice that webbing underneath that feeds all of our soil, and so you want the nutrients and you want biodiversity. So this is these are spring onions. Some are from last year and some they're new this year, so they're just coming in slowly. And they seem to need, I think they're kind of heavy feeders. I'm learning about them a little bit more. So let's go down here. We'll go over to the compost bin. I did have a snake over here, and I hate snakes, so if I get a chance, it's not going to be around here. Just saying, I'm not a snake person. But we have a compost at about 100 degrees. It was 120, but I need to get some brown stuff in here, and then I need to get some more green stuff in. So we're just a little bit about 100. So that means it's hot in there. It's active. This is the compost from last year. It didn't break down as well as I've had it, but I think I had a little bit too many stick particles in there that needed to be chopped up more. So this is my beautiful cabbage that is starting to make a head. So I'm really excited because I've never done these before, not like this. So that right there is the leeks, volunteer nasturtiums, lettuce from last year, and look at our snow peas. I think they're kind of late, but they're coming in, so I'm excited. Yee, they're coming up. I just made this tripod. I can take it down when I'm done. So they're coming in. And can you hear the leaves whistling? The birds. I just brings joy to my heart. It just brings me so much joy to hear the leaves. I feel like the trees are singing to Jesus. So we have, I think this is a lemon or a lime basil. We have lettuce, lots of basil coming in, Brussels sprouts, and let's see here. The cilantro is going to seed over here. I have to get some new cilantro going. We're eating it all the time. And then, of course, this all needs to be wood chipped heavily. But we've been working on different projects. Lots of that bed there is done. And, you know, it's been got new living matter on it to break down. And then the tomatoes, let's cross over here. Tomatoes, I was a little slow on the uptake of tomatoes, but they are looking good. I'm really happy with that. So I'm excited with my tomatoes. And then the snow peas here, they're really growing, but they haven't blossomed yet. So we're kind of waiting for that. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually take these pea shoots, these top things here, and clip them off and stick them in the salads, and it tastes like a pea. So this is something you can do if you don't want to wait for peas. You can take pea shoots and just keep clipping them off. They don't make any peas for you. They just make the shoots. And it's like a lettuce, but it tastes like a pea. So sometimes I do that too. So lots of things going on. Again, we've deconstructed that bed. It's got... that was raised beds, so we're going to make them into no dig, so there's weeds all over it. But my strawberries up there have been amazing. I have been taking strawberries up from the second bed for a couple of weeks now. I just go out and pick in the morning, put them on my toast. I just love them. We have garlic scapes that I have harvested from the garlic. The garlic looks awesome up there. And just enjoying the time in the garden. And so my question for you is, if you've been in a place of like a lot of resistance in your life, your garden in life doesn't seem to be functioning very well, sometimes we have to get into the Word and really dig in. And in Proverbs, I believe it's Proverbs that says that God hides the secrets for the kings to dig for. That's a very paraphrased translation of it. But God doesn't hide it from you when you're looking for answers. He hides it for you. And He has it. He wants you to dig into Him to find your answers. And sometimes when we have issues going on in our garden, we have to dig to find the answers from other gardeners, from other people that have worked it. What's going on? Why isn't this doing well? What can I do to help it? Like if you have little creeping things coming into your garden, maybe you need to draw a line in the sand, or draw a line in your life of what are you letting to creep into your garden? What are you letting to cross over that shouldn't be crossing over? And so because I am doing this edging here, I am dividing the lawn from the garden. And the lawn is the world, the garden is my life. if you want to use that as a metaphor. And I live out of the kingdom. So if things are stressing you out with, where gas prices are, where things are at, I would start declaring over your life, I live in the kingdom. If you know Jesus, you live under his reign and not the world's reign. And so just choose to live out of the kingdom. And if you don't have the answers for it, maybe you need to go find some good fertile ground. The good fertile ground, go to that word, dig yourself into it, and find out what you need to hear from the Lord in the word, because all the answers are there. So I bless you this day, and I thank you for coming on the garden tour. Happy gardening.